I'm guessing that you just got a new pellet smoker, or either you've had one for a while and you're looking for some hacks. Today we're going to talk about my top 7 hacks to get the most out of your pellet smoker. Y'all stick around, because at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a bonus hack with you guys to help you improve the quality of your barbecue. And then also, we're going to be doing another video at the end of this video talking about the top 7 mistakes that new pellet grill owners make, or just pellet grill owners in general that don't know. So y'all make sure to check that video out as well. Also, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's go ahead and get into my top 7 hacks. My number 1 hack, and this is not number 1 like it's the best hack in the world or anything like that, but it is the number 1 on this list, is to take your factory meat probe that comes with these things. Whether you've got a Pit Boss or a Traeger or whatever brand, most of them come with a probe that is connected to your control panel on your smoker. And once you have decided to step your game up and get a wireless meat thermometer, like a meter or a meat stick, or something from ThermoPro or ThermoWorks, something like that, that's when you stop using this as much. And a lot of times these things just start sitting around. Big hack is to set it somewhere in your chamber, preferably closer to the protein. So if you've got a Boston butt here and you're smoking, then your computer is reading the temperature from here. And so here is where the thermostat is in the unit. That temperature can be much different than down here where your Boston butt is sitting. So using this factory meat probe as a secondary thermostat is just a good way to have a better idea of what the temperatures are inside your chamber. So that's our first hack. Let's get on to hack number 2. Hack number 2 is, how do you get your chamber hotter faster when you start it up? A lot of times people talk to me and they are complaining about, does it usually take an hour to get your chamber up to 350? Does it usually take this long? Well, here's a little hack to help speed that up a little bit. What you want to do is you want to pull out your burn pot at the beginning of the cook, take a little handful of pellets, dump those over in there. That way, when your igniter fires up and you slowly start to feed pellets into that burn pot so that the igniter has something to light, there's already something there. Just make sure that you dump this thing out before every cook. That way, you're not stacking pellets up on top of ash and possibly feeding fire into the auger. You want those pellets falling down into the pot and not on top of ash. But you can throw an extra little handful in there to speed up your start times. Hack number 3, we're going to come around here to the back side of this smoker and we're going to open it up. And this is something you can do to get more flavor on your food. This is something that I typically do, but what I've got here is a mixture of pellets. I have gotten to where I almost always put some charcoal blend pellets into all of my mixtures. Charcoal provides its own unique flavor, and it's something that just makes barbecue taste better, in my opinion. If you're looking for more flavor, or what a lot of people call more smoke flavor on your food, toss some charcoal pellets in with whatever blend you decide to use to smoke your proteins, and I promise you, you're not gonna complain about it. You're not gonna be dissatisfied. Charcoal adds great flavor, so add that into your wood and your barbecue is gonna taste better. Hack number 4. If you watch my channel, you know this. If you haven't watched my channel, guess what? Now you know. Use a smoke tube. If you're just getting into pellet smoking, in your first couple cooks, you're gonna watch the smoke come out the top of a vertical unit or a barrel unit, and you're gonna say, why is there not a lot of smoke, Zach? Well, let's ask Zach in the comments why there's not a lot of smoke. Well, that's because these things burn clean. They burn clean, and they do not impart a lot of sooty, creosote flavor onto the food. And a lot of times that's what people are looking for that aren't, professional competition style barbecuers. What you get is a clean burn with these. You can add a little bit more smoke flavor and get better color on your food by using a smoke tube. Extra bonus hack. I know I told you stick around to the end of the video for a bonus hack, but I'm giving you a bonus hack right now. Bonus hack, add about 1/3 of this full of wood chips with the pellets, and that's going to get you more wood smoke flavor on top of the smoke flavor that you're already getting from the smoke tube. Tip number 5, foil. You want to use foil. This is going to be something that maybe you don't do it first. I didn't do it at first. I had to get so sick of cleaning this thing that I finally started using some foil, and I started teaching people to use foil. Wrap your your drip tray in foil, wrap your water pan in foil. That way, all you've got to do is take the foil off, replace the foil, and it's clean. Instead of having to pull this thing out and scrub it and degrease it and all this stuff, which you have to do eventually anyway. Foil just makes it so much easier, so much faster just to get the old cook out, get the new cook in. Full disclosure, I only take the foil off about every third cook anyway, so it's not even something I have to do every cook. And I also use aluminum pans. I put some aluminum pans in there under the food, and that catches a lot of the drippings. Also, something I didn't mention is that when you put foil over the top of your drip tray, there are air vents. Make sure to pop some holes in that foil. That way, heat and air can circulate the way that it's meant to, and you get proper cooks. So that's our next hack. Let's get on to hack number 6. Hack number 6, smokestack. You're gonna get one of these things and you're gonna see the smoke coming out of it. And you grew up watching, barbecue shows and seeing people cook at barbecue restaurants. They got this big stack, and it's got the air flowing out and they got the fire on one end. And you're like, man, I wonder how I need to work my stack on my new pit. Well, guess what? You don't have to. Leave this thing up. This is not heat driven. This is computer fan driven heat. And so the more ability that your computer has to push air through the chamber at the rate that it needs to control your temp, the better temp control you're gonna have. On a stick burning, charcoal burning pit, fire rises, it pulls air in to continue burning, and that air that it pulls up, heats up and burns, blows through the smoker and pushes out the stack. And sometimes you have to damper or open the air to control your heat. That's not the case with this thing. If you smoke outside, if yours is not covered like mine is, you can leave this thing on here, and if you're having a really windy, really rainy day, you might want to dial it down a little bit. But other than that, the manual says 2 inches, which is right around in there, which that ain't doing nothing but keeping rain out of it. That's a big hack. Don't worry about adjusting this thing, because what you're going to do is you're going to go close it down trying to hold heat in, but what you're going to do is you're going to limit your computer's ability to push hot air through there. And so don't do that. That's hack number 6. Open up your smokestack and let it rock and roll. Last but not least, hack number 7, and this is one of my favorite hacks. You've just cooked a delicious brisket, and you've been reading online and watching videos and all of this same kind of stuff that we all do about the longer you rest your brisket, the better it will be. And you're thinking, man, but how do I keep it above 140, 145 degrees? That way it don't poison me and my family with terrible bacteria that starts to grow once meat gets down below 140 degrees and it's no longer food safe. Well, guess what you've got here in your pellet smoker. On the Pro Series vertical, I can't speak for all pellet smokers on this one because I'm not 100%. I know some of them will only maintain around 170, 160, but on this particular unit, you can go in and see this right here. This is not a 5, this is an S for smoke, and when you run it on smoke, it's gonna keep your smoker at around 130 degrees constantly. And so just leave your meat probe in, and whenever you get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm at 145 degrees, my chamber's only at 130, I don't want it to get down into that not safe zone, all you gotta do, give it a little click, bump it up to 150, and it will maintain and maybe pull it up from 140 to 145, back up to 150. Hey, you need 2 more hours, bump it back down to the smoke setting, and it'll maintain 130, and you can just keep your proteins at a steady limbo between 140 and 150 for as long as you need to. Just burn a few pellets. You're gonna burn very few pellets keeping it at that temperature. So that's hack number 7. Use your pellet smoker as your warming chamber. If you want to put it in a cooler, like you're only going to do a 2-hour rest, throw it in a cooler with some towels, you're going to be fine. But if you want to leave it for a long rest and know that it's going to stay at temp, use the tool you've got at hand. Use your pellet smoker as a warming chamber. That's hack number 7. So y'all stuck around. Let's get into the bonus hack. So this bonus hack goes out to all my vertical pellet smoker brethren and sisters out there. This is a great hack that only we get to enjoy for the most part. I think there is 1 or 2 barrel type smokers that lets you look into the chamber, but this is a big hack. Leave the door shut. Keep your glass clean, okay? Every time you open this up, to look at whatever it is that you've got cooking in there. You're letting out a ton of heat, and then your machine has to work harder, burn more pellets, and take more time to get you back to temp. So the hack is to keep your glass clean. That means clean it after every cook, or about every 3 cooks, whatever. And you will be able to watch your stuff cook, watch that color develop, watch it shrink and tenderize as it goes through the slow cooking process without having to open up to check and make sure everything is okay. And trust me, you're gonna wanna look. There's no way around it. And you might think you've got the iron will, but you don't. You're gonna open it up and look because you're gonna be like, how bad can it be? But it's gonna slow your cook down, and it's gonna probably lower the quality of your finished product by just a little bit. That's the final hack. If you've got a vertical, keep your glass clean. That way you can look at your proteins. Y'all come over to American Smoke Carnivores if you're looking for more hacks and tips and tricks on making barbecue and using pellet smokers and smoking meats in general. Great group. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video.